mentioned a lot of things that are going on now with the transfer portal. You don't really get to research some of those guys as much as you would like. NIL has had an effect on not only recruiting, but how guys view themselves on the team, and those are all things that for an 18-year-old are hard to decipher. And so it's not an exact science, and it's definitely been a change over the last 3 or 4 years, and something that an old man like myself is having a little hard time adjusting to. But
yeah, I think we all are.
You either got to adjust or fall behind. And agents getting involved now. Before players couldn't have agents, now they can have an agent. So not only are you answering to parents and high school coaches and AAU coaches, girlfriends, now you got agents. It's a tough time for an 18, 19-year-old. But I think Jackson's handled it pretty well. AJ has handled it well. They've got great parent support there, and I think that helps. And Mookie's going to be a good player for us. He's been doing a little bit more live action here, and hopefully we can get him a few minutes maybe this weekend and get him started. But all three of those guys have done a good job. They've battled some injuries, but they're all trying to play and doing a good job for us.
I remember a time when you, as a college coach, had a relationship with the high school coach, and that was the person that was important in the recruitment. It was, outside of the family. And then it became Hare was an AAU coach or a club coach, and that changed the equation. Now you're talking about agents. At what point does the agent get involved when you're recruiting a player?
Oh, John, with transfer portal, a lot of those guys have agents. It's a lot of times the first contact. They call us and say, hey, we've got this kid and his name's in the portal. Are you interested? So, the agents are out there shopping them around. And, again, that's really been a big change for me. And, the money that's involved, and it's just a big change. For 40 years that I was doing this, the worst thing that could have been said about you is that you bought players. And now, that's part of the equation. How much money they're getting and all that is a big part of the equation. And so it's changed so drastically, so quickly that, you got to adjust, and you got to play the game, and the game has really changed.
Do you have to have a person on your staff then who is dealing with the agent? Because if I'm you, I don't want to deal with the agent. Like, that needs to be somebody else's job. But there might be some coaches who definitely want to be involved with that agent early on. Do you pass that person to somebody, or is that a conversation you're having?
I'm having a lot of them. I think our entire staff is. But at some point in time, that agent probably is going to get me on the phone if we get serious about it. And, that's, again, has been a big change for me. But it's just something you got to do. And so, again, these are things that have all popped up in the last couple of years, and those agents are dealing because they get a part of that NIL. And so they're looking out for their clients, and they're trying to drive the best deal possible. And a lot of times they're maybe throwing numbers that aren't accurate, trying to get their client, their player, a better deal. So again, the game's changed, John, and it's a different period. I mentioned that we've got to adjust, and I've got to do a better job of it. I don't feel like I adjusted quick enough, and the game changed quickly on me there. And I always liked to thought that I kept up with the times, but this has been a little different.